Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand something before we start the show. Although some people, some bloggers, some entities out there may believe that what I'm about to tell you might not be true, I will assure you the following fact is that these shows on YouTube, or at least some of the shows on YouTube, by certain people, are being observed by the Australian Cybercrimes Division, the Sutherland Police Department, in all probability, Scotland Yard, possibly Interpol, and possibly other cybercrimes divisions worldwide. So keep it clean. I'm going to give you some things that we're going to talk about. I'm going to allow you to bid on things like screws. These little screws here. See these little screws? These are an inch and a half screws. Screws are going to sell for $10 an inch. At which point, putting me down, Michael Fazio. Hold on, Jesus. I'll put you down. Jesus is going to come in, and if I lie, Jesus is going to come in and tell you people that I'm lying, because Jesus, he knows everything. So these screws are an inch and a half. These are going to, the bidding is going to start at $10 per inch. However, there is an additional $75 service charge for shipping and handling. But multiple screws will be discounted on shipping and handling. And then you will have the bragging rights that you have been screwed or gotten screws from the Philippines, baby. So with that, I would also like people to understand that there will be no $100 super chats today. If there are, I'm going to have to block you. And I'll go over my statistics for last month. And they're a little bit depressing, but not so much, which is why we have to continue with my big objective, which is 12,000 individual $1 super chats. Now, that is old business and new business to be discussed as well today. So if you'll allow me to get to my show notes, I'll say hello to a few people in the comment section, and then we're going to get on with the show. So let's see what we got. We have a gentleman named Jeremy Burt. He's a new person. Thank you for stopping by. RBIV25. I do remember your name from previous shows. Thank you for stopping by, you two gentlemen. Thank you. Just keep it clean. Don't mention anybody's name or their show, and certainly never allow threatening comments. If you do, one of threatening comments. If you do, one of my moderators will remove you instantly, and you will be blocked. Could tell you that, well, we're going to get on with that. There have been threats made on other shows with the owner of the channel and his moderators have not checked the threats, although they acknowledged the people that made the threats at the beginning of the show. So there's no taking those back. You should understand that there are people that have viewed and monitored the shows, and they understand that the show, the person making the threats, was acknowledged at the beginning of the show, and there's no taking those back. So whatever ramifications are involved with those threats and or comments, we'll tell you now, they are of record, on record, and they will be used properly. Oh, we already have super chat. Little Woody. Now there's a play on words. Little Woody, thank you. What do you want me to do? You want me to pour water on my head, or do you want me to bang a pot? Little Woody, it's your choice. So that reminds me of my my puppet that I used to have. Oh, Hurricane Sandy. I had a Winchell Mahoney wooden puppet that was in the box, brand new. It was an actual puppet from the, what was it, the Winchell Mahoney show. It got destroyed. Okay, well, thank you, Little Woody. It's your option. Change your mind, just let me know. I got 2 buckets of water and I got the pot ready to go. But thank you very much. Now let me thank you so much. I'm gonna bang. I'm gonna give him a little bang, a little free bang. Hold on. I got a new spatula. I'm gonna give him a little shot anyway. Got it. Maybe I'll just give him a little black pot's mat. Lil Woody said, very generous, Lil Woody. So here, let's give him a little. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the Chicago riots today. So that's why I bring up the concept of black pots matter. Money. Thank you, Lil Woody. So let's get on with the show. So I'm going to get to the show notes. Jack Thompson, the original Get Me Jacked Up, baby, is in the house. And so is Warren Hunt. And I have some big updates on Warren Hunt in the Philippines, baby. At some point today, I have a real estate agent coming to bring me to 2 different commercial properties that are for sale. And I'm going to take this camera, the GoPro, not the phone. I'm going to take this GoPro and I'm going to bring this camera and do a 720 HD video of the properties. Both of the properties are basically waterfront properties or thereabouts. So Warren is going to be investing heavily in the Philippines pretty soon. I have another potential property sale from a third party, but it's a private party. And these properties, of course, will be, it's already been discussed, 100-year leases. So we're going to get with that person. He's in quarantine in Manila. I got a notice yesterday morning about 10 o'clock that he will be back within about 10 days. And I'm going to give him a couple of days to rest. And then I'll go to his business and take a look at, well, I'm pretty sure I already know what he has, but I'm going to ask him what the price is. So Warren is getting ready to invest heavily in the Philippines. That's not a joke. That's for real. So I just want you guys to know that Warren is coming to the Philippines, baby. So let's get with let's get on with the notes. Warren says, "Good morning, Michael, Jack, and all in the chat." Now you might not see Scott Del Fuego today, so we're going to give Scott a complimentary welcome to the machine, Scott Del Fuego. What's going on in Chicago, as I posted in the prior show notes at the top, very top of the page, is the mayor, and I'm gonna get a little bit upset in about 10 or 15 seconds. The mayor, or some lady that's in charge of Chicago, I don't really remember her name. She said she's going to close down all business as of, I believe, 9 o'clock last night, and open up all the bridges, or close all the bridges that go into Chicago, except a few, in order to stop the riots. So I would have to, now that, here we go, get ready for this. Here we go. What, I will ask, happened to all of those non-lethal active radiation or microwave antenna trucks that they had, that they can shoot you from 200 or 300 feet away and displace crowds because it heats up your skin. We bought how many hundreds of those trucks for the military and crowd control? What happened? Why have they never used a single non-lethal active microwave truck? Now, that's a question somebody might be able to answer. We paid millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to have those trucks developed. They could have put those in any city, in any area where there are riots, and repelled any amount of people for basically nothing compared to the trillions of dollars that these sanctimonious criminal, in my opinion, politicians have let loose on the cities of the United States of America. What happened to all those active, non-lethal, active radiation trucks? What happened to them? Somebody know? You want to let me know? You want to look it up? You want to tell me why they never use those things? Because it's out of control in Chicago. It's out of control in Portland, Oregon. It's out of control in Seattle, Washington. It's out of control everywhere that any storefront, anywhere in any city, in any state in America where a business was destroyed, it's out of control. They bought these trucks with the intention of crowd control, and they never rolled a single one out, although the American taxpayers paid hundreds upon hundreds, if not billions of dollars to make these trucks a viable resource for crowd control. That's a serious question. Anybody want to answer it? No one has even broached the non-lethal active radio microwave trucks. No one has mentioned it. No politician, no mayor, no governor, no police officer, no newscaster. Nobody has mentioned it. It's pretty sickening if you ask me. Warren, the Philippine, okay, all right, Warren has some information here. Hold on, stop the show. The Philippine Cybercrime Unit asked for a report to be made to Interpol, which has been done. Okay, so this is a big update. All right, so for those of you who don't understand what's going on or are new to the show or will watch this show later, Warren Hunt was abused, maligned, and slandered, in my opinion and in his opinion. So, being that Warren and I are now going into a long-term partnership, we discuss pretty much everything, but I confirm what I can say before I say it through Warren. So I just want you people to understand that even though Warren begged, pleaded, asked on multiple occasions for a certain type of commenter or comments or videos not be made about him and be removed from YouTube, the perpetrator or said perpetrator of these things refused and then told Warren to go himself. And after Warren copied approximately, well, at this point, 602 shows, and multiple times where Warren was told to go himself, and the most egregious libel and slanderous, in my opinion, things that were ever said to anyone on YouTube, except when the perpetrator or the so-called perpetrator said the same things or worse to other YouTubers. So what happened is Warren got a little bit upset about this. Then he got a lot upset, and he begged and pleaded with basically a cease and desist order, which I will tell you the authorities don't hold much water with, no matter who puts out a cease and desist order. But it's an act of good faith. But Warren's cease and desist orders were just ignored. They were ignored to the point where Warren was told to go himself again. So what Warren did, he actually basically made it clear that if it doesn't stop, he's going to the authorities. So what he did is he went to the authorities with 602 videos. Now, in each video, there's some egregious statement or part of the video that slandered, maligned, or of that nature to Warren, in his opinion, in my opinion, and now also in the Australian Cybercrimes Division. Now, if I told you how many hours have been devoted to the Australian Cybercrimes personnel to travel from their office, wherever that is, to the office of the Sutherland Police Department, and how many hours have been spent thus far, first of all, two things. You wouldn't believe me, and you wouldn't believe the costs that have been incurred from Warren, from the Sutherland Police Department, and from the Australian Cybercrimes Division. I won't tell you what they were. I will tell you what they might add up to when it's all said and done, but I will also tell you that it's a lot more than anybody that I know's personal salary for the year. So I'm just going to leave it at that. What is being done on so many levels is that this information has been gathered, as Warren just stated. It's being disseminated to possibly five different organizations. As far as the implied threats, as far as the innuendo to stop or to cease and desist, harassing, those things were gone as if they never happened, except that the person who was asked to stop never did. And I lost my live stream. That's wonderful. I lost my live stream. I'm back. Okay. For some reason, I lost the live stream. The internet here is not so good. So Warren just confirmed that, Scott Del Fuego is in the house. Whoa, thank you. Oh, God, we see stupid chat. We see super chat. We see green. We see blue. We see other colors. I'm going to have to go through the comments quick. All right, so thank you, Little Woody. Warren, I'm upset. Michael sent me a jellyfish, but it was dry. A dry jelly. You know that they eat dried jellyfish in Asia? Warren, it didn't. They don't taste like jelly, I'll tell you that. They don't really taste like much, and they're considered a delicacy in China. I'm going to go through these comments. Well, Warren says to Jack Thompson, a wet jellyfish or no super chat from Michael today, LOL. So what we don't want is we don't want $100 super chat. So I'm off the Warren Hunt update legal activities for now, unless Warren adds something. And then Jack wants a grape jellyfish. Jack, if you had answered the phone and asked me for a grape jellyfish sandwich, I have grape jellyfish right here. I got this. I'm gonna count to 5. I'm gonna be back with a grape jellyfish sandwich. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And here is Jack Thompson's grape jellyfish sandwich, baby. It's called the Schmucker's grape jellyfish. There it is, baby. You asked for it, you got it. I brought several of these bad boys from America. One of them has Jack Thompson's name on it. Schmucker's grape jelly, baby. Concord grape. Oh, Concord. Those are the best. Thank you very much for reminding me. I actually bought some peanut butter, but I'm not going to eat the peanut butter, which brings me to the part of the title of the show. My clothes don't fit anymore since the lockdown. I'm going to have to start selling some clothes. Michael, I was looking at the beachfront of Alona. It seems that have been washed away in a storm. Is the truck safe? Well, this is problematic. This is something I didn't want to talk about, but being that Warren is my partner in all things now, I went to Alona Beach about well, I guess it was Wednesday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon, and when I went to look at the truck where I sell the shirts from the truck, and what happened is there was a typhoon that came through the Philippines this week. That's why I went to reconnoiter Alona Beach, and the truck with the 77,000 T-shirts was, and the glasses, the matching glasses, it was gone. And I'm going, where's my truck? Where's my truck? Where's my truck? And everybody started laughing, and they were pointing out at the Doggett, the ocean. And I'm going, what's so funny? Where's the truck? Apparently, the storm came in, high tide, wind coming out of the south, and blowing the tide in, and it was high tide at the same time, plus the storm. It's a box truck, and the doors were closed. The truck floated up, and then blew down the beach a couple of 100 yards, and then down, and then it sank down just on the outside of the reef. So what I got to do now is I got to get divers to go into the Doggett and hook up cables to the container, because I don't have the cables. I have the diving equipment, but I don't have the cables. And when they get the cables, it's a whole truck. It's not just a box. It's a 24-foot box truck full of shirts. Hopefully they're I don't know, man. They're wet. There's definitely, I guess I could sell wet T-shirts to somebody. But what we have planned this week, no hurry, it ain't going anywhere. We're going to get divers to go down, hook up cables to the truck, and we're going to try to get the truck up. We have a barge coming in also. Warren and I, we talked to a barge company with a crane on it, and the balloon things that they raise ships. So the shirts, the 77,000 shirts, it looks to be, so far, they look to be safe. So thanks, Warren, for reminding me. That's another phone call I got to make today. I got to get that salvage company on the line. Scott Del Fuego he is here. We gave him an honorary shout out. Mr. Fazio grew up in a rough and tumble world of Queens, New York. In the days when the wise guys ran the show, while not everyone was part of their world, they could at any time become part of the world of a person that they saw as a mark ready to be used. That's true. Yeah, that is true. They would use you if you decided to go in that direction. Michael had the smarts and toughness to have his feet in both worlds. He could do work for those connected as a working man, yet he was street smart and tough enough to never be taken for granted of and iced out of it. Well, I could tell you stories about some of the people I worked for, and I would tell you that some of the people that I worked for were the actual real-time, real-life members of certain movies. I'm not going to even name the name of the movies, but if you look up, just Google the word Howard Beach, which is going to bring me to one of my next points about people that Google stuff and get the facts wrong. Just Google Howard Beach and see what it's famous for, and look at the movies that were made about Howard Beach. And growing up in the 60s and 70s, I grew up with their children. basically. Their children, their nephews, their nieces, some of the people that have been world renowned, either for good things or bad things. I've done kitchens, bathrooms, installed their front doors, built decks for them, but I never got involved with the shady side of that part of life. But I did become friends with many of those people and were invited to their parties as a contractor slash carpenter that was well liked in the community. And never did I ever have to pay any juice or what they call window money, insurance money. Although one time, one time someone did inquire about that, but it didn't work out so good. But after that, we had an understanding. I work for a living. I don't pay juice. I don't pay window insurance. So if you people out there think that you, with your innuendos, under backhanded slights and possible threats, if you think I care, I don't care. I never cared, and I'm never going to care. So I think that's what was Scott's point, because it is part of Warren's legal case that there have been multiple threats to both, or multiple implied threats to both myself and Warren. And I think that's what Scott was getting at. And thank you very much for reminding me about that, because that is a big part of the case. And again, I will remind anybody that just came in, the Cybercrimes Unit of Australia, at a minimum, is watching this video right now. Okay? Just be careful what you say, because what you say and what you think on YouTube may just very well be reviewed by the authorities in as many as 3 different countries. Not a joke, baby. We have gone international here on the show, and I'm very proud of that. So let's get back. Yeah, that's true, Warren. Hi, mate. Did you see my email from Warren? Oh, Jack Thompson. Wet jellyfish, baby. Jellyfish. Concord grape jellyfish for Jack Thompson. Here it is. Now we got new business and we got old business, and we're going to talk about lies. We're going to talk about a liar. We're going to talk about YouTube's most bumbling liar that I've ever seen. And I have to ask, how's the question? Is this liar that perpetrates these lies on YouTube, is he obfuscating the truth, or is he just not intelligent enough to read stats? I'll say it again. Is this person that can't understand stats on a very specific page, is he too or not intellectual enough to understand how to read the stats, or is he obfuscating the information? Because I listen to some of the most, I'm going to call it dribble babble, dribble, lie, babble, dribble, babble. It reminded me of the Babel of Tower of Babel, with nothing in the presentation had anything to do with reality. And I'll give you the link for that in about 2 minutes. I got to go through. I got notes, I got to follow my program, otherwise I get off center, off kilter. Wet jellyfish, Scott. Thank you. Jack Thompson, we'll give him a little bang. Oh, bang. We're going to take the Black Pots matter out of there. We're going to give Jack a little $1 bang, a couple $1 for it. Money. Money. And to the Sutherland Police Department, no, I have not found that other spatula yet. I'm at a loss for words. It's like magic. It disappeared. For a towel for Jack's wet jellyfish. Here you go. Here's a towel right here. I got, and I could even sell this towel, slightly used, because I have a deal coming up on. Gotta tell you, man, things are bad here in the Philippines. I'm going to be selling these pants in a minute. I'm going to be putting these pants up for sale. And there's nothing wrong with these pants. They're brand new. This one I wore one time, washed it one time. And this pair, all I did was take off the labels. Now these pants here, they listed for 1,800 pesos, which is $36. These are brand new. Okay, the bidding on these pants will start in about 10 minutes. I want to tell you what the problem is. The problem is, see the size of these pants? Well, they're not the right size anymore. They were the first day I ordered size 52s. Well, they didn't have any 52s. So I had 48s, 48-inch waist, okay? I had to take they had 2 pairs. And what happened was, they were okay for a couple of weeks, but this lockdown is killing me, man. It's killing me. They don't fit anymore. I got to tell you, I thought, I was thinking ahead, but I was thinking in the wrong direction. I thought I needed 52s. I bought 48s, and I was thinking that the 48s, I would eventually fit into them, but I was thinking wrong. I made a mistake. It was my fault. So these pants no longer fit. These are 48s. Anybody that wants to meet me in Tagbilaran, I guess I could let them go for. It depends on if I get a good bid. I'm going to have to ship them plus $75 for shipping and handling. But if someone in Tagbilaran is a size 48, those are the only 2 pairs of 48s in the Philippines. I got to tell you, what I'm wearing is not much. They're tattered, worn, and the only thing I have is I had to buy a pair of long pants, 54s, and they fit. I don't even need a belt. What I really need is a pair of suspenders. But the lockdown is destroying my body. I got to tell you, this is an amazing thing. People are complaining that they're not getting enough exercise, and for the last week, I don't know. I can't say any more than that. Oh, more super chat for a towel for Jack's wet jellyfish. Thank you. All right, payment or used. Okay, so Scott is still continuing. Oh, sorry about that, Scott. Let's just start it all over again. Mr. Fazio grew up in a rough and tumble world of Queens, New York, in the days when wise guys ran the show. That is a fact, Jack and Scott. While not everyone was part of their world, they could at any time become part of the world of a person that they saw as a mark ready to be used. That was true. As soon as you started getting involved with the wise guys, they owned you. And I always found it easier to work for a living, even if I worked for them, which was a good thing because they paid cash. And Streets to have his feet in both. Michael had the smarts and toughness to have his feet in both worlds. Now, where Scott says you had to be tough, I got to tell you, sometimes you work for these guys and they would think they don't have to pay you. That wasn't true. They had to pay. Somebody had to pay. Somebody had to pay me. I didn't care how I got paid, but somebody had to pay me the money that they owed me. That's true. Maybe one day when all of this other crap is over, I'll tell you stories about people where I'll give you the names, I'll give you the addresses, I'll give you when they went on vacation, when they got off vacation, why they were on vacation, and I will just freak you out. I got to tell you, when you grow up in an area called Howard Beach in and you were born into the friendship, all the children that you went to school with. Well, when they grew up, they became part of something much bigger. And you knew everybody, but I never got involved with the illegal aspects of that world. I'm pretty proud of that too, because I managed, as Scott said, to move through it without anybody having what they call the goods on you. But that's different than the Australian Cybercrimes Unit that has 602 videos and the goods, and they're about ready to make a reconnoiter of all goods. So let's move on to the rest of Scott's. He could do work for those connected as a working man, and I did. Yet he was street smart and tough enough to never be taken for granted, iced out of payment, or used as a patsy. So, gotta tell you, the few times that I had trouble collecting money, it was not a good thing. And just the way it is. So those lessons served him well as he succeeded in business and lived his life to others to glean the knowledge and experience of his life lived amongst many worlds. The maritime sailors, the construction workers, the wise guys, and the underworld, but all colored by the philosophical and metaphysical curiosity that is Michael's hallmark. Whoa, big one now. Michael's hallmark, and virtually no one else on the planet brings in a way he does. Enjoy. Thank you, Scott. That took a lot of effort to write, and that doesn't go unnoticed. I thank you very much, Scott. Now, Scott puts things in words. I could tell you stories. I grew up in a crazy place. But for now, I will just go back to selling my clothes on YouTube because they no longer fit. And I'm going to give you some examples of obfuscation of the truth, of in-your-face statistics. I'm going to give you the links. I'm going to tell you that some people go, either some people, there's something wrong with the way the synapses work inside their heads, or they intentionally lie. Liar, 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 liar. Or I don't know, but I'm going to give you the link so that you can see for yourself that there was some individuals on YouTube, shows, so they called them shows. Not that they're real shows. I mean, inside their minds, the shows must go on, but the big question would be why. But moving past that, I'm going to give you the link to a site called Zillow, Zillo. And you may have heard some people on YouTube rattling off statistics about the value of my house, and not a single, not even one number that you may have heard has anything to do with the reality of what I said in a previous live stream. Nothing. There's nothing that has to do with the reality. So if you can reconnoiter that show, and if you go to Zillow, that I'm going to provide you the link with, you will see that not only are the statistics that were stated on that other show wrong, but they're outright blatant lies in regards to my property that I owned and how much it was valued at and when. So I will leave it at that, and we're going to go back. I see more super chat. Thank you very much. Let's go back and see if I missed any comments. No. All colored by the philosophy. Okay, got that. Humor and levels, says Scott. Commentary that can rock your world, and secrets from the ragged edges of reality that only Michael can reveal. So One of the things that I revealed today is that nobody, and this is not a joke, nobody is talking about the hundreds of millions of dollars that we spent on the trucks that had those big dishes on them, the microwave trucks. Nobody said a single word. Not one truck was ever used. Not one truck was ever brought out onto the streets. I think it's called non-lethal active defense mechanism trucks, where they shoot microwaves at you. Why did we spend hundreds of millions of dollars? Now, that's a truth that no one's talking about. Why did we spend hundreds of millions of dollars on these trucks? Why? They were supposed to be used for crowd control. And I don't want to hear this guy, this Trump guy, who lies, who's been even lying even more. I don't want to hear this Trump puppet tell you that, well, I had a lot of opposition about you using the he had opposition about using the military with the non-lethal active defense mechanism trucks, microwave trucks. He had trouble with that, but he doesn't have trouble giving you the wiggle needle. He don't have any trouble at all giving you that. He's going to bring the military in to give you the needle wiggle. Okay, he's going to do that. He said he's going to do it starting October, maybe. Okay, so Trump has no trouble at all giving you the wiggle needle, but he couldn't use the military active non-lethal radiation trucks. This guy doesn't even know what the truth is, only to be surpassed by a particular YouTube genre that is being investigated now. If we could get Mr. Trump investigated like that other YouTube genre, we would be cooking with jellyfish, baby. This is sickening what they did to him. How many trillions, not billions now, it's trillions and trillions and trillions, multiple trillions of dollars. This has cost America for the riots. What is it, 75 days now? Portland, Oregon has never stopped rioting, not one day. Same thing in Seattle. Parts of Chicago, same thing. Some of New York, everything is closed down. They blame the rioters. But they allow the rioters out in the street without masks, but they can't go to church. They shut the churches down. They allow Home Depot with hundreds of people to go into Home Depot and Lowe's and the other big corporations, but you can't. And they allow you to go into the big corporation supermarkets, but they don't allow you to go buy pizza at the local pizzeria and sit down with your family. There is something seriously wrong with Trump and his administration. You don't get it. I don't know what to tell you. There is something seriously wrong that they said we need these non-lethal active microwave trucks for crowd control. Let's spend a few $100 million on these trucks, and they never used one during the riot. And yet, they allowed the rioters to make matters worse. They allowed them to do not billions, but trillions of dollars in lost income, insurance monies that have yet to be paid out, workers' wages, businesses themselves, and the loss of taxes. You don't hear about that. When all they had to do is take a couple of these trucks that have all kinds of security measures on them and shoot them at a crowd, the crowd runs away. They cannot defend themselves against this non-lethal microwave technology. And they didn't do it because they don't give a flying about you. They don't care about me. Trump don't care about you. He pretends he cares about you. But just remember one thing about my friend, Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump has the backing of the great state of Israel. That's all he needs. So anybody that thinks that Trump isn't going to win, I would think differently. I would think two things. I would think you only have Trump as a choice because he's your last defense. And I would think that as a last defense, it's not saying much. He is all in on giving you the wiggle needle. He's all in on it. I stole that from Steve Montelli, by the way. He's all in on that. Every single show that you see that's taken off, they're taking shows off of YouTube for talking about this. Well, by using the real names, you're not allowed to mention the doctors' names that are behind this. You're not allowed to mention the organizations that are behind this. Why? I'll tell you why. Because when the truth is put into proper perspective, if it was ever put into proper perspective, which it never will be, the people would know the truth. And that is part of what they call the shadow knows. The shadow knows. Only the shadow knows. These people are playing you like Obama puppets. Woo! Mr. Trump fell down. Obama. Mr. Obama, how are you? Woo! Where's Steve? Steve who? Steve Montelli. You like Steve? Not as much as Big Mike likes Steve. So Big Mike, you know, Big Mike. Well, putting you down, mister. Putting me down, Mr. Fazio. Anyway, that's what's happening in America. You want to see how bad things are? Try to find current riots in Seattle. Try to find it. Last I looked, the most current news update that you could get on the news, and this is going back 3 weeks. So we're talking about the beginning of July. The last time I looked up the words riots in Portland, Oregon, current riots in Portland, Oregon, riots in Seattle, current riots today in Portland, Oregon. The last time I looked that up, the most recent article of any article I could ever find was for June 3rd. That's 6-3. Get it? 6336. Get it? Every single news article. And if I show you what's up on my page, I'm going to just tell you the name of it. We all have the same number of cases. That's the name of the video. We all have the same number as abbreviated NO of cases. I want to show it to you. Okay, so here we are. We all have the same number of cases, YouTube. See that? That's what it says. We all have the same number as abbreviated NO, period, of number cases. Not of cases, just cases. And every single newscaster in that entire video says that their city, their county, has 3,300, 33,000, 33 new cases, 3,300, 330 new cases. Every single newscaster in that video says, now, and there are about 17 newscasters that casted the news on the same day with the same number from different countries. All of them said 33. But I want to tell you that Canada has not been left out of the equation. If I go to my Phil Health, I don't need to go to my Phil Health. I have it in my show notes. I'm going to show you. Then I'm going to get back to the comments in a minute. Let's see, where is that in my show notes? I have it. Come on, baby. Come on. Where's my Canada file? Oh, don't tell me I didn't put it in this. Oh, couldn't be. I could have left it out of this one. Yeah, I did. Okay, so Canada now. I'll just, if you go to Philstar, PhilStar, I could do that for you. And then I'm going to go back to my show notes. I'm going to read you the definition of obfuscate. I'm going to give you new business and old business, just like Gomez Adams from the Adams family. We're going to get into new business and old business. So let me go back. Let me go back to. Well, we should really read this show note in case the show gets shut down. All right, Warren is going to also add that to date he has 327 such shows where he has been slandered, maligned, bullied, or threatened, or someone else has been slandered, maligned, bullied, or threatened, or someone else's wife has been slandered, maligned, bullied, or threatened, or someone else's girlfriend has been slandered, maligned, bullied, or threatened. And I could mention, or Big E has been slandered, maligned, bullied, or threatened, and also Gary Kennedy, slandered, maligned, bullied, or threatened. Those shows, otherwise known as the GAC show, with not starring Gary Kennedy, but about Gary Kennedy and about Big E. That specific show, the GAC, is one of the shows that are going to go to character reference. There's another show called Bubble Boy. I hate to burst your bubble, but that show, when people look at it, they look and they go, first question from the people that walk into the office when the Australian cybercrimes, when Warren was sitting down with them, the first question was, wait a minute, is this guy serious, number one? And when it was acknowledged by all in the room, 8 different people, to give you an idea how this has expanded, when it was acknowledged by 8 separate individuals with a nod, they would just say, what the hell is going on? What is going on here? So you should understand that the GAC, and I got to tell you, there's an addendum to the GAC video. I forgot the name of it. Maybe Warren knows the name of it. There's an addendum to the GAC video that has been passed out and has a lot of views. It's been passed around as one of, I got to tell you, famous now. It's very famous. Even the highest ranking authorities involved with Warren Hunt and his case is they don't know what to say. They just don't know what to say about the GAC video and about the Bubble Boy. So I hate to burst your bubble, but those videos are going to be used by the authorities to show character reference. So if you think I'm kidding, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm lying. No, I'm not. I'm telling you point blank, the innuendos of the threats don't come to the Philippines. The final curtain. We don't have medicine in the Philippines. You won't have hospital care here in the Philippines. You don't know what it's like here in the Philippines. You're not going to like it. This is all what we call, Warren and I, and considering I put it in the title of my show last week, Jedi mind tricks failed Jedi mind tricks. They all agree. They all agree that these failed Jedi mind tricks are just not plausible. What they do agree on is something else altogether, but I won't tell you what they agree on. But I wanted to get that show note in before I get to the topic of Canada. Now, in the PhilHealth, or PhilStar, let's just go to philstar.com. Okay, so I guess I won't even show you this video. I want to. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to tell you. In PhilStar, to understand that what has happened, that the big guys, the guys who run the world, You know, the New World, those guys, they've taken over Canada, 100%. Canada has an advertisement up on philstar.com. Go to philstar.com and scroll down the page. It's been there for the last 3 days. I don't know if it's there today because I got that off my screen because I was having trouble with loading stuff. So it says Canada wants, wait till you see this, 33,000 immigrants. I got to get it. I got to read. I'm going to read you this article. Canada is looking for Phil Star. I'll see if I can still see it. I want to give you the title exactly. philstar.com. Philstar News Today. Philstar News Today should get you to the page that I'm looking for. Now, let's go. Breaking news, the latest news, unbiased news, philstar.com. philstar.com, latest news and multimedia. So let me get you that link. I'm going to put this link in on my live stream. Okay, so where am I? I'm right there. I'm one tab away. All right, so I'm going to put this link in there, and then I'm going to tell you if the article is still there, and then I'm going to go read my comments because I see super chat by the multitude. There. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so .com, and what the article said. If I can't find the exact article, I'm going to ad-lib it. It should have been here. I should have seen it already. I don't see it anymore. Canada wants 33,000 immigrants to come to Canada. Or was it 330,000? I could look that up. It's not obvious anymore. Canada, C-A-N-A-D-A. Canada wants 33. I'm going to go with 1,000. I'm going to go with 33,000 immigrants, but I think it was 300,000. June 6, 2019. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. It was on the philstar.com. Well, Canada wants, no, that's from 2019. It was just in yesterday's paper. All right, well, that's what they were advertising in Philstar. Now, but they want 1 million more immigrants. Canada's record-breaking year for, okay, that was 2000 to be Canada's in real. All right, so Canada wants at least 1 million more immigrants. You can look that up. I'm not gonna put I can't. The algorithms on YouTube, not only do they hear the words, but they can now read pictures. So if you show a picture with a word like on a placard in the picture, the algorithms can read that now. Let's get back to the comments. Jack Thompson, bait for Warren's jellyfish business, baby. Bait for the jellyfish business. Well, all right. Thank you very much. That's a big super chat. Another big super chat from, oh my God. Window insurance. Well, Warren has window insurance. Jellyfish is the cure. Okay, so there are so many super chats. I can't keep track. Bait for Warren's jellyfish business. Scott Del Fuego. Okay, so Scott is talking serious stuff here, and I'm talking serious stuff here. It is downright freaking crazy around here. Using the bridges to downtown like toilet tank flapper valves. I was thinking the same thing yesterday. I swear to God, like a flapper valve. And that might be because of what I did with a bridge a long time ago. The Mag Mile looks like a board. The Mag Mile looks like a board-up service convention. What a joke. So they are closing down businesses. The woman, the new the one that runs the world of Chicago, the new lady, she decided to close down all businesses in the city of Chicago. I'm pretty sure all businesses in the city of Chicago are being boarded up, is what Scott's talking about. We'll find out in a minute. They are perpetrating the largest, the most inconceivable fraud in the United States ever perpetrated. Nobody in history, nobody in any history, there is nothing in recorded history that comes close to justifying what they're doing to the American people. There's nothing. This woman just closed down all businesses, supermarkets, stores, candy stores, lotto stores, pool halls, bars, everything in the city of Chicago. Where are these people going to get food from? That's the only real concern. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. What that's going to do is push them out into the suburbs. All right, so jellyfish piss is the cure. Warren told me. I'm gonna work on that, Jack. That's another $1.99 super chat from Jack Thompson. Bait on Warren's jellyfish. Another $1.99 super chat. We'll give him a little bang for Jack. We are all jacked up today, money. Money. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. So I want to also reiterate the fact that we have bad news, we have old business, new business. One of the old business, I got to make a note here. What the hell is that? That's chocolate. That's cocoa. No, that's not cocoa. That's just a shadow. Okay, so old business is that we did not, I will repeat, we did not make it to the preconceived notion of $2,000 super chat in 1 month last month. We didn't miss it by much, but we never made it. And the reason we never made it was because Google is misappropriating certain funds. So there have been certain funds from Google that were misappropriated. In other words, some funds were sent to my super chat and I never got them. But the funds were taken out of bank accounts of the people that sent the funds. So I went through some of my old live streams and looked at the amounts of money that were posted. And of course, we added up the monies on the live stream and reduced them by 33%. And the money that was posted from YouTube does not add up. It doesn't even add up. Sometimes, in one case, Warren will confirm this. In one case, I hate to say this, but there was 2 days. There was a 2-day period of stupid super chat. So 100 times, 10 times would be 150. 10 times would be 150. 5 times. One day, 53 times less super chat. On a given day, a certain amount of super chat was given to me. Let's say it was $53. On that day, I received $1 in super chat. So anybody that super chats $100 or $50, again, I will tell you that I'm going to block you. Just to save me and you the trouble of figuring out where the money went. But Google is, and Warren will also confirm this. He is not the first person to call his bank and ask why monies that were donated through Super Chat from somebody I don't even know, who he doesn't even know, never got to the participant that was supposed to get the Super Chat. So what's going to happen is I've contacted the people, and they're going to eventually retract the money from their credit cards and or bank PayPal statements or Western Union, wherever it went through, and they're going to send it a different way. So YouTube stole 52 times what was super chatted me on one given day, and on other days similar. So you guys, anybody sending more than $10 or $20, probably I won't get it. So I just want you to be aware of that. And if you do send it, I'll block you from doing it again, because that's the kind of guy I am, trying to save me. I don't want to go through this again with YouTube, with the bank, with my patrons, and or with my subscribers or my super chatters. If you want to make sure that I'm going to get the money, and YouTube doesn't correct these issues, then you can go to my homepage and look up another way to work with Patreon. Okay, because gotta tell you, I'm not happy about what YouTube did, and this is already now multiple weeks. I waited. I sent multiple letters. I sent multiple requests, and what you get back from YouTube is due to the COVID virus, we are not able to answer your question. Please have patience. So I have my patience. I'm asking you to stop super chatting $100 and $50. Keep it real. Okay, the small ones, the little fish, the little jellyfish in the sea, I get. Thank you. All right, back to my notes. Where's my there we are. Princess saying hello to one. Shifting gears. Wow, that's a long time since I saw you. Just waving a hand, old neighbor from Rosedale. Well, God, I wish I knew who you were. You know, Rosedale. Okay, I spent a lot of time in Rosedale. There was a guy who could do the song. What was the name of that song? He did this. There was about 6 guys from Rosedale that I went to aviation high school with, and he could do the song, Frankenstein song. The Frankenstein song. I gotta wonder if Shifting Gears is one of the crew from aviation high school. And Bill was the guy who did the song. Bill. Oh man, we were such good friends in high school. We all lost track by the time we were about 22 years old. But Bill. Remember that song Frankenstein, where it went like that? This guy from Rosedale, he could do the song, every syllable of the song. You could not tell it wasn't the guy from Frankenstein. And I remember, I have pictures of him, Bill Youse, Youse, Bill Youse, and Bill Cullen was also a name of a guy from Rosedale. 2 guys named Bill Youse and Bill Cullen. But Bill Youse, I don't know how we got to the cemetery, but one day school let out early and we went to the cemetery to relax. I don't know why we went to the cemetery. That's what maybe on our break, because in our senior year, once you were ahead of the class to a certain level, you could just disappear for 2 periods. So we would go to the cemetery and hang out. And Bill Youse, that would be the Queens Cemetery or Calvary Cemetery on Queens Boulevard. And Bill Youse used to sit on top of a tombstone called Frankenstein. Got to remember, we were in high school. And he would do the song. Now, no one has video of that, but that would be cool to go back and get that. Bill Youse and Bill Cullen, I remember. And there was a couple other people. If Shifting Gears is part of that crew, or he knows Bill Youse and Bill's friends, say hello to them for me. You know, I got a notice today from a friend of mine that I've known her since we were 12. She sent me a notice in one of my YouTube chats that she actually said, "I miss you." And we were friends since we were 12 years old. So I called her up and left a message, but she wasn't home. Yeah, that's 2 people from the old neighborhood. Thank you for stopping by Shifting Gears. Window insurance, that's an old term. I remember well. That they called it window insurance. And I got to tell you, people actually paid that crap. I was probably the only storefront. My storefront was 10, number 10, Coleman Square. I was probably the only storefront that didn't have a security gate or, a roll down thing. I'm going, I'm not going to pay. I know where to go to get reimbursed for the money. Okay, so let's get shout out to you, Princess, from Jack Thompson. Shout out, Jack Thompson. I am Cess. I am Cess. Wow. Hello, I am Cess. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Welcome to the machine. I am Cess. I am pretty sure. Well, I know where I am Cess came from, but wow, thanks for stopping by. I got to tell you, I am Cess. I don't have much to do with the crew that we all used to get together. I don't know. I don't have time for that. I don't watch. I watch a lot of news now, and I watch a lot of. Well, I'm working hand in hand with Warren on something, which takes up a lot of my time. I will tell you that I keep in touch with Big E. I'll tell you that. I won't tell you where he is or what he's doing. He's fine. In case anybody wants to know, Big E is absolutely 100% doing well, more than well, and he's fine. And I will probably be able to give you more information on Big E, and I won't never tell you where he is, but I will definitely tell you in 2 weeks if he gives me permission to give an update on what he's been doing, but not where. So I am Cess. Big E is healthy and well and doing excellent, in case anybody's interested. Thank you for stopping by. I am Cess. Warren says, I am Cess. Hello, friend. Oh, Warren remembers I am Cess. A rock to break a window looting is cool, baby. Oh, God, Jack. No banging of the pot for that. That's bad. Princess Anne is always here. Thank you very much. Jack Thompson, did you start the riots? You misheard in the lyrics. We didn't start the riots. Oh, he's talking to Jack. I am Seth says hello to Warren. Scott always brings the fire. God, that's trippy, man. What they are doing to the city of Chicago and Portland, Oregon. They actually tried to burn down the federal building in Portland, Oregon. Trump 2020 and beyond. I say, yeah, baby, let's dump Trump in 2024. That's what I say. Dump Trump in 2024 because he's your only choice, your only chance out of this. If ever there was a time or a person that was going to do more good than less good in an election, as much as it hurts me to say it, Trump is probably he is what is known as the lesser of two evils. Otherwise you're just screwed. That the other guy and the woman, the Jamaican woman and half Indian from India, they'll destroy America. You give it 6 months, and you could rest assured there won't be even food stores open 6 months if after Biden gets elected. Princess Anne, I always hear because I always support the good host and good people who support him. Thank you, Princess Anne. Scott Del Fuego says, I really miss the real Mayor Daley. I remember him. The one before Richie. He might have been around a corrupt machine guy like all of them in the past, but he didn't bow, he said. He said the confrontation was not created by police. Okay, that's a different statement. Okay, so Scott says, I really miss the real Mayor Daley. So there were two Mayor Daleys in the city of Chicago. There was a recent Mayor Daley who's just a front for some secret organization, and the original Mayor Daley that put the wood to the people when they screwed up. At least he tried to keep some semblance of peace. The second Mayor Daley was basically useless. So Scott says, I really miss the real Mayor Daley, the one before Richie Daley. He might have been a corrupt machine like all of them in the past, but he didn't bow, he said. That's what he said. I got it. Hold on a second. I got more notes. You guys out there, not Philippines, Australian cybercrimes, we're doing good. Sutherland Police Department, yeah, baby. Scotland Yard, 2 thumbs up, baby. Looking forward to getting in touch with you guys on a one-on-one basis. Then you'll be able to see the real Michael Fazio in real life. And maybe, if you're lucky, I'll sign your autograph sheets, baby. I don't know how much to charge you guys, though. You guys are big earners. You guys earn a lot of money every year. I think it would be fair to ask any of the police agencies involved, except in Asia, the ones that are not in Asia. I think you gave me a $10 super chat. I think that would be reasonable. I think that's reasonable to charge Scotland Yard, considering their budget. And the other guys, they got big budgets too. They got food budgets, they got gasoline budgets, they got car budgets, they got overtime budgets. I'm thinking $10 a shot. I'll give you guys an autograph. No problem. Thank you. So I'm at, and Jack Thompson, it's not Trump. It's the liberals that went home on holiday. Trump wants to release the money. I don't know anything about that. I hear stories about the money. Politics is something I don't get involved with, except in a comedic nature. If you came from where I came from and saw the kind of money that exchanged hands back in the 80s from politicians to gangsters, or gangsters to politicians, rather, you would know they're all corrupt. There's no way that any politician is not corrupt. It's just not possible. The confrontation was not created by the police. The confrontation was created by the people who charged the police. That's true. So these people that are the reason that the city is getting shut down, I've been following that a little bit, but that's not really politics. They just shut down they may have cost the city of Chicago. They might be costing it, I don't know, $5 million a day or $10 million a day in business and taxes. And maybe more. Lost revenue. Rents still have to be paid. I got to tell you, the landlords of those businesses are not going to not take rent. Gentlemen, let's get the thing straight. Scott Del Fuego says, gentlemen, let's get the thing straight once and for all. The policeman isn't there to create disorder. The policeman is there to preserve. Wait a second. Order, not disorder. Gentlemen, let's get the thing straight once and for all. The policeman isn't there to create disorder. The policeman is there to preserve order. Slip of the tongue. That's twice in a year. That's twice since the beginning of the year. There was a spelling error known as a Scrivener's error. We will allow it. We will not remove the comment. I miss Mayor McCheese. I don't know who that is. Warren LOL. I don't know who Mayor McCheese is. Condolences to President Trump. His younger brother, Robert Trump, has just passed away. Rest in peace, Mr. Trump. Wow, I didn't know that. See, I don't watch the news. Well, I did hear news about, I got to tell you, I would have to seriously do some research on the news I heard yesterday. In the Philippines vlogging genre, somebody went off the chain about what's in the McDonald's meat packing warehouses in America. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I am not saying it's wrong. I am saying someone went off the chain without showing what I would consider viable proof, links, videos, documentation. Someone went off the chain yesterday about McDonald's. Warren, I just want you to know that Warren recorded that particular incident, and he's no matter he's bringing it to the attention of the authorities. I will tell you that, but I wouldn't say that what the man who went off the chain about McDonald's meat packing warehouses in America, and the meat in possibly China, I wouldn't say it's not true. I just didn't see any truth to it. And then like the other 327 shows that Warren has, they took the show down. I got to tell you, that was an off the chain rant. I was sitting there going, what did he just say? Now, I'll also say that if you can't provide truth for something of that egregious a statement, even if there's a video saying it's true, I gotta tell you, you might be screwed. You might be screwed. That was one of the most off the chain rants I've ever heard from anybody on YouTube or even on the internet. Even if I've heard that story before, it was never presented like it was yesterday. So if that goes to the authorities, and Warren assured me that he copied it and it's going to the authorities, including McDonald's, you might be, that's right, baby, you might be screwed. See that? Screwed. Certain things you should just keep to yourself unless you can provide proof. So I don't even know where to go with that. That was pretty not even saying it's not true, but there was nothing to back your proof up. No links, no videos, no nothing, just words. Thank you, Scott, for mentioning Mr. Trump's brother. Although I don't watch the news, but that's pretty. Maybe that's why Trump. I did watch a news release from the White House about 5 days ago. It looked like Trump was very upset about something, so it could have been his brother's health failing. But I think it was more to tell the people that what he was saying he didn't agree with. But I don't know which one. Condolences to President Trump. His younger brother, Robert Trump, has just passed away. Rest in peace, Mr. Trump. Thank you, Scott, for bringing that to everybody's attention. Scott, you are correct. But in a time of disorder, us older folk need protection from kids that have been brainwashed for decades by liberal professors telling them the American. Jack is saying that you should definitely figure out how to protect yourself if you go into the big cities. Personally, I think if you're in a car, that's pretty good protection, if you ask me. I just visited my dad's grave today on his birthday. At his grave in the National Cemetery. Screw these liberals. Thank you, Jack. I'm out. Okay, Jack. That's sad. That's pretty sad. You only got one dad. Scott says, thanks for his service, Jack. Both my parents served and are in Florida Shelling National Cemetery. Yeah, we're getting to that point, yeah. My dad also was in the paratroopers, but he chose not to be buried. He chose to be uh, his ashes to be scattered in the Hudson River. So there is no actual gravesite, but I remember that day well. Jack says, you stickers can vote for Biden and socialism, higher taxes, illegal immigrants, and Medicare for all. Us, 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 USA, USA, USA. Thanks, Jack. Oh yeah, that guy, Biden. He will be. Hillary Clinton would be proud of the Biden. Okay, wait, Warren with a big police update. Big police update here. Big police update here. I've heard this story before. Actually, Warren was inside the Sutherland Police Department. And we were talking on Skype about 4 days ago. Well, I will tell you that I told you in my last live stream, I'm not kidding about this stuff. This shit's real. I'm telling you right now, they are watching. They have recorded. They are reviewing everything that Warren gave them. Even my videos. They don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with it. I gave Warren videos that were made against me to show them what I've done as far as comedy and stand-up comedy and satire is concerned, and they laugh, as opposed to the other guy. They have a special name. It's not this exact name. I've mentioned it before. It's called the Cringe File. Cringe. The Cringe File. And on the file, and I'm just being a little facetious, but it's half truth, whole and heart. Do not watch. What? Oh, let me tell you how it works. Each file envelope supplied by the Sutherland Police Department. Inside the envelope, the transcripts for the video go inside a 9 by 12 manila envelope. With the transcripts goes the modified words in the transcripts, because the transcripts from YouTube don't show a curse word. Like if you use the F word or the SB word, doesn't show that word. But in the video, it does show that word. So in the transcripts, the words are put down as a footnote next to the transcript, the words in the transcript. This is real now. Pay attention. Pay attention. So in with the transcripts, each video. Okay, this is exactly how it works. Each video Warren gives the Australian Cybercrimes Unit, each one, is reviewed and assessed by one witness. After Warren makes the adjusted marginal show notes, so one witness of the Cybercrimes Unit watches the video, and Warren takes the transcripts with the additional words that, like the curse words that are left out, because there's 7 words that the transcripts won't put through the notes. And then after Warren gives the first witness the show notes, that witness police officer, Cybercrimes Australia, gives the show notes and the transcripts and the video to a second officer who watches the video on another computer with headphones. The first guy has headphones, Warren has headphones, they have headphones. Then, when all three agree that the show notes and the margin notes are correct, the thumb drive, which are costing Warren $6 a piece, goes in the envelope, the digital thumb drive. One thumb drive, multiple sets of transcripts, 2 witnesses plus Warren's testimony, goes into the envelope. And Warren has to do that 600 times, 602 times. You think they're serious? I'm telling you, I think they're serious. Well, let's get on with the show. Warren will confirm this if we get to that. If we can get through my notes here. Warren is also confirming about a particular individual video. The video where someone said they want to see my erection, that being Warren Hunt's erection. Okay, so this is Warren Hunt speaking these words. The video, disclaimer. The video, this is Warren Hunt. I'm Warren Hunt. The video where someone said they want to see my erection and testicle, singular, and see me have sex was a head shaker from all in the room. So Warren is saying there's a video out there of a guy that said, I heard it live. A guy, a blogger, said, this is what he said. This is word for word now. Word for word. I'm going to read Warren's quote again. This is a quote. Disclaimer. Warren said, I'm Warren Hunt. The video where someone said they wanted to see my erection, pretty sick, and testicle, pretty sick, and see me have sex, way sick, was a head shaker from everybody in the room. And it's going to show character. Now, you can do what you want with this information. You could even say more lies about me and how you've slandered me in so many ways. You can do that, but that's a fact, Jack. Just, no pun intended. Thanks, Scott, from Jack. Jack is thanking Scott for recognizing Jack's parents, Jack's father, as a veteran. Scott Del Fuego. Anyone voting for Biden and his pathetic vice president candidate to any... I got to read it again. Scrivener's error inside. Anyone voting for Biden and his pathetic vice president candidate for any other reason that to destroy the USA need to be mentally hospitalized. Oh God, those two people, look, the new people that run the world, those people, they're not going to stop. The fact that they're making Trump, in my opinion, forcing Trump to use the military to give you the wiggle needle, they are screwing. They're getting ready to put you think that the guy making the video about McDonald's meat is a little screwed? Not because of that video, but because of other videos. You think that guy here, wait till you see this. We have a whole, these you people out there, you're all screwed. Multiple screws. I got it. And talking about getting screwed, some of these screws need to be sold before the end of the day. Jack Thompson. I see major similar crime. Thank you for stopping by. I think about you often. Let me get to my comment before I get back. Say thank you to you. Jack Thompson, Trump is the one man that didn't need to be president. He really loved America. He's been saying it since the 80s. Anyone that would elect a 50 politician will never be a friend of mine. I don't know what that means, a 50 politician, but maybe it's filthy. God bless our brave president, U.S., U.S., U.S. Well, Jack is right about one thing. As much as I think that Trump is being, manipulated, he's your only choice. Anybody that goes against Trump, I've heard some of the stupidest reasons in the world to go against Trump. And some of them are even valid, stupid reasons, but not a single reason in the world, in my opinion, for anybody to vote for anybody but Trump, because he's the only possible out in this mess that we have going on in this world. God bless our brave president, says Jack Thompson. Yeah, baby. You better. Well, I'm not going to give you my political. Okay, so Scott Del Fuego says, this site is pretty good. Smart guy and has a lot of great points. So www.burnfatnosugar.com. Yeah, I should have been looking at that. I talked about my pants. I still have these pants for sale because I told you what happened. I needed a 52. They don't sell size 52 pants in shorts in the Philippines. I did get a pair of 52s in long pants, but these were 48s. Now, these are good quality pants. They're made by Dickies jeans. They're made in the United States. And these were $36. But the problem with these pants is I could only get them in size 48. I needed 52s, but none of that matters anymore. They don't fit. The lockdown has put a freaking toll on my body, I'll tell you that. There has been a lack of exercise compared to what I was doing. Plus, I've been doing something locally the last couple of weeks. We're not getting a lot of exercise. I've been fixing some tools, not getting a lot of exercise. Those 48s, gonna have to shit can them. They don't fit anymore. Jack Thompson, bro, Trump 2020, never communism, says Scott Del Fuego. Thank you, Scott. Yep. The only way, I'm not much into politics. I told you, I'll tell you why I'm not much into politics. I told you do not vote for Obama in 2012. No one listened. I even wanted to become a presidential candidate in 2012. You could look up Fazio for president 2012. I have videos to that effect. I think I may have. They might not be. Yeah, I think I have videos from, because remember in 2012 I lost that first channel, but I had a lot of videos for Michael Fazio for president 2012, and you people weren't listening. I would have been a good president, no joke. Thank you, Scott. So let me get the name of that Scott. Scott's. Let me post it 3 times, and then I'm going to try to get through a couple of comments. We're going to get down to Simulacron, who I have adhered to your request, Simulacron. Okay, so thank you. Shifting gears. No, I'm not. LOL. Okay, not Bill Yaus. God, he was one funny dude, Bill. He was one funny. I can tell you some other things that Bill used to like to do, but thank you. Shifting gears. I don't know them, but that's a great memory. I worked at Liberty Auto Wrecking for a while. So you know Mike Casillo. And you would know Mike Casillo. You would know Sonny's Auto Body. You would probably know Dominic Rappa, Phil Rappa. You would also know, I won't say his name, but you would know Frankie the Beast. If you worked for Liberty, if you worked for Liberty Auto Wrecking, you would know Frankie the Beast. His son, Frankie Jr. the Beast. No, Frankie Jr. was not much of a beast. He was a name on a sign, really. He was nothing compared to his dad. But you would know Sonny's Auto Parts. Sonny was a great guy. My dad had all his auto work done at Sonny's Auto Body. Liberty Auto Wrecking. You would also, if you worked in the 70s, you'd know Bobby G. Alonzo. Bobby G. Everybody knows Bobby G. If you were in the automotive wrecking, towing business, Bobby G. And you might even know B&S Auto. You remember B&S Auto? I'll just ask those. Well, Steve Montelli is in the house, baby. Let's get a nut out for him. Steve Montelli, baby. Here we go. Mr. Obama, come on over here. Steve's here. I know. I heard. So we got to switch hands here. Steve, we love you. Who loves you, Mr. Obama? Big Mike. Big Mike loves you. Who does Big Mike love? He loves Steve Montelli. So what is Big Mike going to do when they meet Steve Montelli face on? Well, Big Mike was hoping to meet Steve one-on-one for sure. He wanted to meet him in front of the hotel. How will Mr. Montelli know where to find Big Mike? And you'll be there? I'll be there. I like to watch. Okay, so wait. You have a night security job for hotel maintenance? Yeah, like that. And you want to meet Mr. Montelli? Yeah, I want to meet Mr. Montelli big time. In fact, well, how will he know where to meet you? See this nut? Just take this nut, blow it up, blow it up, blow this nut up like that, up in the air. Big Mike will be under the big nut at the hotel waiting for the Steve Montelli. You'll be there, Mr. Obama. I'm the night security guy. Gotta be there. So you're going to leave a nut out for Mr. Montelli. Not me. Big Mike. Big Mike's leaving the nut out there. Big Mike. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Thank you for the guest appearance. Now, Steve Montelli, he's an honest YouTuber, and I'm honest. I told you about the wiggle giggle needle that Mr. Trump wants to give everybody. He wants to give everybody the wiggle giggle needle, the giggle wiggle. Steve Montelli invented the term the wiggle. Give Steve Montelli all the credit that is due. Steve Montelli. He's also a conspiracy. What do they call it? A conspiracy, constitutional conspiracy expert. We'll call him a conspiracy expert. And some of the things that Steve Montelli, I'm listening for Big Mike. I hear Big Mike. Sounds like he's banging something on the footboard of the bed at the hotel. Now, it could have been an optical illusion. So, Steve Montelli is responsible for the wiggle giggle. And Steve Montelli, I got it. That's a crazy word, but the wiggle is famous. So, and now we're going to say that Mr. Trump wants to give you the free wiggle giggle needle, the needle wiggle giggles. He wants to give it to you free. He wants the military to distribute the wiggle giggle needle. I added the needle part in case you want to make a reference to that. So anyway, yeah, this is it's getting crazy, Steve. Steve Montelli has a show. Typically 100 people will show up. And thank you for stopping by. Now, Simulacron, now I got to tell you, Simulacron made a request. He's just sent a very generous donation. Thank you. Let's see if a big donation by Simulacron. We're going to say thank you, and we're going to say thank you bigly. So, like Mr. Trump, bigly to Simulacron. Big smile. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Simulacron. Money. Money. Simulacron, about 3 weeks ago, Simulacron saw a show where Mr. Obama had made a guest appearance, but also Mr. Obama's alter ego made a guest appearance, and Simulacron made a request of me the same day. I saw the request, and he made a valid point and asked me to keep Mr. Jesus' alter ego off of YouTube, which I've tried very hard to do. I have to tell you. But thank you, Simulacron. Thank you very much. So let me read the rest of his commentary there. For the alien creature using the human skin of Michael Fazio, DBA Mike Fazio. That be my... Okay, so whatever you have to understand about the human nature, the spirit being of the human nature, what Simulacron just said in not so many words, and it was definitely not a negative thing. Simulacron said, for the alien creature using the human skin of Mike Fazio, DBA Mike Fazio. Okay, so the spirit of the human soul is considered what some people call the Holy Ghost, or your chakra, your inner chakra. But some people believe that you have spiritual natures. So some people believe that those spiritual natures are godly, and some people that believe they are demonic. I will tell you there are both. And I could even tell you how to actually get both, but I don't get much into religion, and I certainly don't talk much about black magic. But I will tell you they are both real. And Simulacron is basically stating that in not so many words, but there are people, I believe this because I have experienced certain states of consciousness where you come to an understanding that what I just said is a lot more real than most people could comprehend. So I stay out of the mystical aspects to some degree. But there is a demonic force in the nature of the universe. There's no doubt about that. Strange as it may sound, it's true. And there are people in very high places in secret organizations that have devoted their life to this dark energy. Now, I know that people don't want to believe in that crap, but it's all true. And people have been saying this for a long time. I've said it for a very long time. I tell people this stuff all the time. In real life, in real person, I will get into a philosophical conversation with you. I'll prove beyond any reasonable doubt to any intelligent person that they both exist. I'll even show them how to work one side or the other, but that would be their choice. I would never do that on YouTube. But there are certain methodologies to move into higher planes of consciousness or lower planes of consciousness, and they don't take a lot of effort to go into the lower planes of consciousness. And that's the reason that all of the politicians and the mayors and the governors of the United States, all the judges, all the councilmen of the United States and the other guys, the senators, they're all in on it. All of them. All the guy from the gates of hell, the gates of hell itself has been named utilizing the gates of hell. If you think, if you believe, if you haven't done the research on what Steve Montelli and myself and Press Reset Earth and a whole lot of other people are talking about or know about, if you think that the what Trump put in the military, which I don't think he wants to do, I think he's being forced to do it. If you think that this isn't demonic in nature, I think you're wrong. I would say you're wrong. And by taking the wiggle giggle needle thing, it's going to change. It's an RNA DNA thing. Even that I shouldn't say on my channel, but it changes the genetic code on a chromosomic level. It's not good. It even has the potential to be added to later on in multiple layers. And it's not just one wiggle giggle needle. It's Trump just ordered, and I'm going to give you the stats. These are true. You can look this up. I won't tell you the names of the company. I'm not reading this from the. I'm not reading this. Trump just ordered. Okay, well, let me get the numbers straight in my head. Trump just ordered 100 million wiggle giggle needles, 100 million of them, for a total cost of $1.25 billion for the first 100 million wiggle giggle needles. But that company, and I believe the name of the company was called or something like that, that company, with Trump's purchase of 100 million wiggle giggle needles, that company also signed a contract with the United States government through Trump for 600 million more wiggle giggle needles. Okay, so now there's the initial 100 million wiggle giggle needles, and there's an additional contract already signed for 600 million more wiggle giggle needles. So that's 700 million wiggle giggle doses. Okay, so now that's one of 6 total companies that Trump signed contracts with for 100 million doses. So the 100 initial million doses were paid for, and then 6 more companies at 100 million doses. So that's 700 million doses of the wiggle giggle needle were paid for in advance with no testing yet, not from any organization or Food and Drug Administration or the HIN, nothing, zero testing. And Trump paid $1.25 trillion, signed contracts for $1.52 trillion for the wiggle giggle needle in advance before any of the wiggle giggle needles were proven to work. There you have it. That's the truth. You people are screwed. Trump, whether he likes it or not, he did it. And that was what his speech was about this week. He was putting the screws to you via the wiggle giggle needle, which Steve Montelli coined the first half of, and I coined the second half of, and who knows, maybe we'll make it famous. Flywoods is in the house. Flywoods is a very good friend from a long time ago. Sorry I missed your message, Flywood. Paul Segnati. Silly Warren, now recruiting police for the hate club. LOL. I think there's an LOL after that. I'm not sure. Flywood's one. I've known you for a long time. Actually, there wasn't much of a choice, Flywoods won. Warren was threatened. Warren begged, pleaded, offered the olive branch of peace, and he was told to go himself. So Flywoods won. He had no choice but to go where he went, and where he went, no man has gone before. Andrew Steinmetz is in the house, baby. Yeah, Blue Rose, an old friend. I haven't been able to contact you on Skype, Andrew, but if you're available after the show, I'd be happy to do so. But I know it's late where you are. For President video series was classic. Oh, yeah, baby. Michael Fazio. Vote for Michael Fazio 2012. I had about, I bet you I had 50 videos up. And actually, at that time, I was getting a lot of views on those videos. Andrew says that For President video series was classic. He made a list of why he is more qualified to be president than Barack Hussein Obama. And that I was. I was more qualified to be president than Mr. Obama because I actually ran a business, actually hired people. Mr. Obama had not one iota of business background, nothing. He never hired a person. He never started a business. There is no proof that he even ever went to, when he had a congressional seat, that he ever voted. He used to vote either absent or neutral or not vote at all. And he never owned a business, never hired anybody. And there were so many things wrong with the Obama getting elected president that I could have sidestepped for the American people. I mean, they still haven't found things. Oh, yeah, I know. Trump has not kept his promises. So to those of you out there who don't like Trump because he didn't keep a lot of his promises, the one promise he could have kept was to find Hillary's emails. And he never did that. Okay, he never did that. I got to tell you, for that, I'm pissed off. Thank you, Andrew. I'm here for the burgers made from babies, says Jack Thompson. Jack heard that live stream. God, that was pretty crazy, yeah? I got to tell you, let me tell you, Jack, not only did you hear it, Warren heard it, other people heard it. It was recorded, and it has been duly noted. Let's just leave it. Warren could tell you where he sent it if he wants to tell you where he sent it, who has it. And even, I don't know, that was one sick video. Even if it was true, I wouldn't report on that kind of shit. I wouldn't do that. More threats just made by someone in a live stream for both of us. Whoa. Well, that's why Warren had disappeared. More threats were just made in a live stream by someone for both of us. Yeah, baby. Yeah, more threats, the better. Because I'm going to tell you why. No, I won't tell you why. Keep it up. Keep it up. 2 thumbs up for the threats. 2 thumbs up. Do you not understand how many people, how many times from different venues, from every aspect of reality, ask certain people on YouTube to shut up, stop, cease, and desist? Not seize and desist. Seize and desist is when a car engine stops working because the pistons run out of oil and the crank freezes up. Seize, that's seize. Cease and desist. Cease, which doesn't mean a damn thing, according to the Australian Cybercrimes Unit, the Sutherland Police Department, a representative for Scotland Yard, and a representative for 2 other major police agencies, to put a cease and desist order on anyone. If you could agree on something, you agree on it, but it has no legal bearing, number one. Number two, to put a cease and desist order up and then to break your own cease and desist order. That's just ludicrous. And Warren has countless amounts of videos proving that you broke your own request or cease and desist orders. So why would you expect anybody else to adhere to some bullshit that doesn't have any legal bearing? You could say whatever you want, but it has no legal bearing. So I don't understand why anybody would put a cease and desist order on anybody else. Here's how you make a cease and desist order. It's kind of like an order of protection. Okay? An order of protection could be given out by a judge against someone without the party's consent, if you show enough proof to show an order of protection. But a cease and desist should be signed by both parties in agreement in front of a prosecutor or some legal agency, documented, indexed in a book with a docket number and the court or court that the area of the court that it took place. There's all kinds of legal stuff that goes along with a cease and desist. Anything short of that, no one really acknowledges is the truth. So I got more information about legal stuff, but let's get on with the show. Apparently, a certain vlogger raged, quit again, fit the fact that nobody donated. Fit the fact that nobody donated. People donated to me. Are you kidding? I didn't make my $2,000 quota last month. The $3,500 for the computer and the other $1,000 after that didn't count. You know, that was just a primer for what's to come. I'm about to spend a lot more money than that. But, of course, it would be not my money. You know, why would I spend my money when I got other people to invest in things like the Warren H. We might. I won't tell them. I'm not going to tell them. Steve, 25901. Warren, you mean it doesn't? Wait a second. I missed something. Jack Thompson, I had to laugh that someone took that seriously and claimed Macca's had humans in their meat products. Well, I heard that live stream. Actually, it was recorded multiple ways in multiple different venues, but I have nothing. Oh, God. I couldn't do a show like that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Even if you wanted me to do that show, even if it was real, I would not. Look, there were certain things, topics that I would never broach. I'm going to name that topic that was spoken about yesterday about Macca's, McDonald's, whatever, and babies and human flesh. I would never, ever, I would never do a show on that. I wouldn't care if someone was sending me 10 videos a day proving it was true. I wouldn't bring that into my genre, my venue. I wouldn't do it. First of all, it is beyond sick. And then to believe that somehow you're doing the world a favor by bringing this to their attention, I'm bringing you this show. I'm breaking the news here. Who gives a shit? 25 people are going to watch that crap. And you took it off anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you that was just one thing. I would never do that show. I got to get back to my notes. Oh, I see Super Chat. Maybe I'll show the rainbow. Steve 25. Warren, Steve 25901 says, you mean it doesn't? Okay. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that, but I'll read the comments. You mean it doesn't? Says Steve 25901. Warren says, "Who's wrecking my happy life?" Whoa! That's in a document I read. Now, there is something called pink slime in multiple different types of meat that go into the. Look, I'm gonna break this. I'm gonna give this to you. I'm gonna give this to you clear as day. In 2001, I ate a McDonald's hamburger for lunch. That was the last McDonald's meat I ate. I don't eat fast food. Sometime before that, I had Burger King. I know for a fact I haven't had Burger King since the 1980s. No, I'm wrong about that. I'm absolutely wrong about that. I haven't had, what was the name of that chain? I forgot the name of the chain. I had Burger King up until the year, to be honest, 2007. I think I had a hamburger from Burger King. Multiple hamburgers. I actually bought 30 or 50. I forget which one it was. It might have been 50 double cheeseburgers. They were on sale for $1. They were triple deckers. They were the real ones, not the little ones you buy today. And I got them with the works on it. I bought 50 of them, and I put them in my freezer, and they lasted however long they lasted. But I will tell you, I gained a lot of weight from eating those. I mean, if I ate a three-quarter, whatever that was, 3 hamburgers on the bun with the sesame seeds, I gain weight. Every day I eat one of those, I gain weight. That's why I've never eaten another one, because whatever's in those things sticks straight to me. I have enough problems here in the Philippines. I'm telling you, these freaking pants, I bought these pants here, size 48, that fit barely, just barely fit. I needed 52s, and they fit when I bought them, but they don't fit anymore. So if anybody's in Tagbilaran and wants to give me a decent price, I got a brand new pair, never worn, and I got a pair that was worn one time, and I washed them. They're clean properly. They're Dickies pants. They sold for $36. I paid $18 a pair for these pants. I let them go. They don't fit anymore. I don't know if they'll ever fit again. Who knows? I got to tell you, being on this lockdown has slowed down a lot of exercise that I should have been getting. So we have Super Chat. Okay, Warren gives you the skinny on the legal venue of a cease and desist order. Now, I've read it. I've spoken with my counsel on any cease and desist order. I won't tell you what the reaction was when my counsel heard that there was a cease and desist order. But legally, it was explained to me that a cease and desist order has to be signed by both parties, and it has to be signed by some representative of the law in whatever country it was presented. Warren just confirmed that. I don't know any more about it than that. Jack Thompson, we should get the collection of mispronounced words. Oh, that would be a freaking classic video. I don't know if there's enough time in the day to go through that kind of a venue. We should, Jack Thompson, with the idea. That's a good idea, though. Jack Thompson, we should get a collection of mispronounced words that a certain fella has said. He has some nerve telling someone else that he can't properly pronounce words. That's true. God Almighty. But I cannot believe that at one time the same person that is being verbally abused was admonished like the greatest vlogger that ever lived in Cebu. And because he mispronounced a couple of words, he was thrown under the bus. Not only was he thrown under the bus, but that vlogger was credited about things that was supposedly said about me that I have yet to find out to be the truth. Now, if I found out that the guy, hold on a minute, that the guy who said those things, I would say the guy said it in jest or as part of a humor. Hold on a minute. Hello. Okay. Hey, so maybe 1 hour or so. I'll see you. Birthday? What now? In about an hour. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thank you. All right. All right. I'm going to have to end this shortly. I've just been invited to a birthday party, and it's actually my real estate agent. So I'm going to have to end this in about 15 minutes. They're just making the rounds. They're going to be picking up the people that are going to go on the real estate. They have like a same thing like in America where they take you to show you different properties. So he said 15. What time is it? 2:11. By 2:30, I basically said 15 or 20 minutes. So I'm going to have to end this pretty abruptly. Not now, but in a few minutes. But I definitely don't want to. I don't have a means of transportation. So, and it's a birthday party, and I still have to shave. All right. So Warren. Oh boy, Flywoods. Warren, super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat. Who's wrecking their happy life? Okay, so Warren, $5. This is to get for the Get Off YouTube Fund. So you want me to pass this on. Flywoods. Poor little fella just left angry again. No viewers, no commenters. Whoa. One thing for the people out there. I'm not kidding about this. The one thing I am asking Warren, the one thing that Warren asked me about, and that the people that are reviewing my live streams, Warren's live streams, and other people's live streams, why are there no commenters on a certain particular genre that have real profiles? And in addition to why there are no commenters that have real profiles, real videos, real uploads, in addition to that, why are there no comments on several thousand videos? And in addition to that, why have several thousand videos been removed? Now, I could show you page after page after page after page, 1,000 pages that Warren has let me have privilege to see, 1,000 pages of notes. I got to tell you, Warren's been working on this project a whole lot more than anybody believes. 1,000 pages of notes with over 300 or 327 links that are dead links. And the authorities that Warren is working with want to know why so many videos were removed. And Warren explained to them. And they are working in conjunction with other agencies to get those, they don't want just those links released. They want to get a court order to open up every video that was ever posted for myself, for Warren, and for other people. I give them full permission. They want to they want to be able to see every video and every link on every video that was ever made. And they want the option given to them from YouTube to open up the entire, whatever was ever posted under any title, including comments on both uploads and live streams that were made, that were posted by subscribers, by the commenter, by the owner of the channel. They want it open as if nothing was ever removed from YouTube. That's Warren will confirm this. They want it so that no matter what was ever said on YouTube, every word of it, every comment, every commenter, every name of every video, if you change the URL, if you change the name, if you remove the comments, if you made a comment and removed the comments, if someone else made a comment and removed the comment, they don't want anything removed. They want it all out in the open. I gotta tell you, Michael Fox, I had trouble believing it. But I gotta go to a birthday party. And I gotta go look at 2 pieces of property for Warren. So you guys are gonna have to understand this. Thank you, Flywoods One. Yeah, I knew that you were on the good guy's side. All right, so Warren, Flywoods, how have you been? Flywoods, I just want you to also understand, I mentioned it in the beginning of the video, although you haven't heard from Big E, I want you to understand Big E is doing well, okay? I just want you to know that we are in communication with one another. And Big E is healthy, he's happy, he's doing what he wants to be doing, he's doing his job for the corporation that he works for. So you are one of Big E's oldest and best friends on YouTube. He is a very happy camper, and to anybody else out there that we've grouped together that I haven't kept in touch with, because you, or not Flywoods, but some people asked me privately that they wish to not be informed about what's going on YouTube, and I removed them from my mailing list. So, but Big E is doing well. Back to the comments. I'm going to give you guys 5 more comments at 2:21, 2 hours and 21 minutes. I'm going to go. How about YouTube spelling bee? Yeah, Jack. All right, so let me show you what a real rainbow looks like. Rainbows, flashing colors on my screen. I see green. I see blue. 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 I see more blue from Simulacron. I see green from Warren. I see blue from Jack. I see rainbows. All right, so I had to do a rainbow thing. I should bang up. When I leave, I'll bang a pot. Let's see. Let's get through these comics. Thank you. All right, so Flywoods, Jack Thompson would be a big list. Okay, I've not eaten McDonald's since 1995. I think all the food has no taste, just salt, basically. Liam O'Carroll. Now, he's got a real YouTube channel. He's a real blogger. He's got some quite the shit up on Liam's channel. A certain fella was spooning hate before he rage quit again, says Jack Thompson. That would be a big list. That would be the wrong words, the bad, misspelled, mispronounced, unintelligible words. I want to get sick. Check out the production of artificial crab meat. Oh God, that's artificial crab meat. You're right about that, Flywoods. I won't eat that white stuff with the red. Oh, that ain't nothing real in that. I've seen that stuff being made. I can't eat that stuff. Hoodwinked by an Angel spelling challenge. I would do that. I'm not a good speller, but I could beat most people. Warren H. Imitation crab meat. The hot dog of the sea. That's right, Steve. Warren, Jack Thompson, anything above 3rd grade education is going to go over someone's head. Princess Anne. Okay, I advance. Say goodbye to Michael. Thank you, Princess Anne. Warren, it's up. Flywoods. Jack Thompson, my favorite, was his claiming a rock star sold his dreadnought car. I don't know what that means. Thank you. The court orders are the road we are headed down on Thursday, Big Mike. Okay, so Warren has given you insight into, I got 2 minutes left. Warren has given you, court orders are happening. They are being, I won't tell you where they're coming from, but they don't have to go far. They're coming down the pike. Flywoods, he has a high reputation of himself. Just ask. Scott Del Fuego. That was fun. Nothing like coordinating a response from someone that the politicians is denied is happening and refuse to admit is real, and he needs a response But if it happens, then they'll screw you. That's true. Flywoods won. Yes, doing his opinion on the rich rock and rollers. One guy had to sell his dreadnought. Little fella said too bad he had to sell his car. I don't know what that means. I'll buy that. A big greetings to the law enforcement officer and the agencies watching. We thank you for your support. Thank you very much. And for the law enforcement officers, Frank Footer, a big greeting to any law enforcement officers and agencies watching from Andrew Steinmetz. A big greeting, the same one. And hold on a second. I can't see what the hell is going on here. I got 30 seconds left and it's over. Frank Footer, a big greeting to any the Frank Footer of the Sea. That's what that imitation crab. A big greeting to any law enforcement officers and agencies watching. We thank you for your support in this endeavor. The main guy I'm dealing with said we ain't here to bump uglies. We're here to stop that shit and make new laws for the Philippines, baby. That's all you need to remember. The objective goal of all law enforcement agencies that are now involved are looking to enhance Philippine cybercrimes law. And we'll go into that in my next video upload. Gotta stop commenting, guys. He has now idea why he doesn't get comments or donations. It's very hard to do that when he has all that YouTube blocked. Where are we? Where the hell are we? Where I can't see it. Jack Thompson, well, Bud. Scott busting a goal. Post win. Scott busting. Flywoods, Jack, why does this thing keep jumping up and down? Flywoods, Jack Thompson, don't need to ask. Always reminded on every vid. Real men and live streams happy, baby. We are happy. We're happy. We're going on a real estate hunt for Warren Hunt. Yeah, baby. Let's bang a pot, say a lot. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I never got to sell this for sale too. $50 will get your shirt plus $75 shipping. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm being Permy. I have 8 minutes to get a shower and a shave. Bye-bye, everybody. Gotta go. I'll let you know how that worked out. I'll make a video. I'm being Permy from Michael Fazio in the Philippines, baby.